Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly episode 300 and whatever. Yeah, I've got some good stuff to show you. I'm back in a really good position right now where I've got too much to show. So I've got almost 3 weeks worth of Diecast Weekly episodes kind of queued up almost. I'm kind of just grabbing random stuff and putting it on the table and saying, hey, this is what we're going to look at this week. We got not really much of a theme this week, but we have a plethora of different brands of diecast today, which is going to be fun. And by that, I don't mean like anything super unique. I'm just talking, we got some Hot Wheels, we got Matchbox, we got Greenlight, we got Auto World, we got Mini GT, we got Mini Champs, we've got Adventure Force, Maisto. We're going to take a look at a couple of those today even. So I guess let's get right into it. First things first, I won a super treasure hunt in a giveaway on Whatnot. This is the Carbonic super desirable super treasure hunt. Yeah, I could see why they were giving it away. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I really don't. It's cool to win anything. I won this on Whatnot like 2 Saturdays ago, or maybe, yeah, 2 Saturdays ago. Anyway, I'm probably just going to bring this to my monthly meet and, I don't know, hook up a local collector with it. So if they need it to complete a set or something like that. So yeah. We have that. Carbonic, it's a fantasy casting. There's no reason for me to hang on to it, so I'm not going to. So that's that. I don't think I have anything here that I found really in store, except for some Maisto. So my buddy, one of my buddies at the local meet, gave me 2 of these Adventure Force Lamborghinis. We've got a Countach and what is this, an Aventador? These are Maisto castings, these Adventure Force. These are showing up in single packs now at Walmart. And then I was at a Walmart just browsing around, and I ended up picking up 2 more. I got a Lamborghini Miura and a Corvette. So we're going to open up those. They're cheap, they're chintzy, but I don't know, I'm on kind of like an odd brand, cheap diecast kick ever since I got, found these things. If you haven't seen this video, this has been my most popular video this year on YouTube, showing off these cheap knockoff Hot Wheels. So, I mean, this is a blatant ripoff. These are not really ripoffs per se. They're just Maisto castings rebranded as Adventure Force. But whatever. We're going to take a look at those. They're cheap. They're chintzy. They're not Hot Wheels. I can tell you that. Let's see. Then a couple more things that I acquired at the monthly local diecast meet, which was last week. I got 3 of these older small car Johnny Lightning. There's one in particular I was really excited about, which was this 1984 Pontiac Firebird. The packaging on these is just roached, but we're hoping the cars are okay. But I did not have this one, so I try to collect all of this casting. I think there's only 1 or 2 that I'm missing, and this was, I guess, one of 3 that I'm missing, so I have 2 left to go, I think. So we got that, and then we've got a 1977 Dodge Monaco. I thought that looked neat. These small car Johnny Lightnings, there's a bunch of really cool ones in these little sets, and this is Tomy era Johnny Lightning, I believe. And then we've got the 1985 Chevy Citation. It says new casting on it. I don't know if it was a new casting here or not. I've got a bunch of different versions of this casting, or quite a few anyway. I didn't have it in red, so I decided to pick it up. But I paid $2 a piece for those, so that's, in my book, a great deal. So we got that. I think other things at the monthly meet. I picked this up from my buddy Todd. He found these in store and grabbed one for me, so that was nice. This is the Hot Wheels Premium, I guess, JDM set. I don't know, what are they calling this set? I don't know. It's got Japanese cars in it, Nissan Sentra, a Honda Civic, and a Toyota Celica, and then your Fleet Street. So these have been hard for me to find at Walmart. It seems like this one's getting snagged up right away. I haven't seen any of these hanging out, so glad to get that. So that was from the meat, from Todd. I snagged this from Todd, just a little Porsche 959. Speaking of cheap diecast, there's another little cheapo for you. It's like not even a branded thing. It's got like the Yapming style like wheels on it, look like kind of like orange slices. And then I picked this up from Todd as well. This is a Mini Champ 64. He had just gotten 2 of these and was getting rid of one of them. So I grabbed this from him as well. I think I grabbed a couple other things from him. Oh, I grabbed this from him. Ultra Red Firebird. We're going to be looking at actually quite a few Firebirds today. This is one of them. And then, of course, we got the Johnny Lightning. Not the same type of Firebird, but yeah. I'm excited to look at this Mini Champs casting anyway. That's pretty nifty. So we're going to peek at that. It's a Porsche 935, 2018 in Martini livery. I specifically picked this one out to look at today because I want to take some good photos of it. Where were we? So other things at the meet. I picked up... Oh, I think I got this from Todd as well. Matchbox. So this one is obviously, this Toyota 4Runner is a very popular casting, whether or not it's Matchbox or Hot Wheels, so they are kind of tough to come by. People are seeing these in stores and they're just grabbing every single one they find, so it's one of those that is kind of difficult to get a hold of. So I got that. Other things from the meet. I picked up a couple Greenlight. I picked up these 2 from my pals SC Diecast. I had to get this Tommy Boy Ford Taurus that's like done in like crash test livery. That's fantastic. And Tommy Boy was just a great movie. Really, really cool. So I'm glad I picked up that. And then this one, I've been kind of barking about golf being overused and whatnot, and how it's just not exciting anymore to see things in golf livery. But I had to get this. It just, this 1964 Chevy Impala, it's from Running on Empty Series 15. It just looks really good. Like classic kind of stock car, almost livery, vintage racing sort of thing going on. And it just looks good. So had to pick up that. That's cool. And then I picked up this Pontiac Firebird Trans Am Rocky 2. This is like Hollywood Best of Series 5 or something like that. I'm not sure. This is like I think it's like almost like a re-release of this. I don't even know. But whatever. I already have it, but mine has a lot of QC issues. I'm hoping that this one does not, which it's green light, it probably will. I almost guarantee you we're going to open this up, so note this right now. We're going to open this up in the next segment of the video. When I do, I almost guarantee you this Trans Am, because almost every single one of this casting suffers from it, you're going to look at it from the front and it's going to be leaned like that. It's going to have a gangsta lean to it. So the ride height on here is going to be high. The ride height on the side we don't see is going to be low. I wish Greenlight would fix that, especially on this casting, a casting that I really like. Would you just fix it? You got to know it's a problem. You got to know it's a problem. I refuse to believe that you're ignorant to it, so, or maybe you are. I don't know, whatever. And then I got these a while ago. I don't remember where. I think I might have got them at actually a month ago's monthly meet from somebody, but these Tonto Kaido House 510s. So I got these 2. I've already opened them up just to check and see if there were chases inside. They are not. But I do have these, and these are pretty nice looking. I looked at them a little bit. But it'll be nice to look at them in detail. I'll probably take some cool pictures of these for the gram as well. But yeah, very cool. And then we got 3 more things. So the last 3 things that I'm going to show you here before we, last 5 things that I'm going to show you. I screwed up. I got an Ultra Red I already had, and I got a Greenlight I already had. But I think I didn't really screw up, okay? Because I got them for banging good prices, okay? I think I paid like 15 bucks for this. Not bad. And then I think I paid like $5 for this old Series 1 Hot Pursuit green light Colorado Sheriff. So this is cool. This is going to end up going back to my, my monthly meet. It's going to go in the pile with this stuff for that. The nice thing about, buying stuff you already have is that now I got stuff to sell at the next meet. That's fun, Otherwise, I don't change it up and I bring the same stuff every month. So we gotta make mistakes every now and then so that we have stuff to move on, right? That makes sense to you, doesn't it? This I'm just gonna hoard. I'm gonna put it in my Auto World vault, and it's going to live there, and that is just fine. One of these days, I'm gonna show you guys the vault. But I tend to like add to it almost weekly because I got a problem. All right, and then lastly, we've got, well, another thing I think I already have. I got this loose Mustang Mach 1. This is a, what are these, Motor Max? I think they're Motor Max. God, I'm almost positive they are. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll figure that out in the next segment. I'm pretty sure these are Motor Max. I got to look at the one I have. I think the one I have is this color as well. I recently put these all away in a jammer, so I got to find them, which is going to be fun. And then, I don't know, whatever. I don't know if I'll keep this or what I'm going to do with it, but there's that. And then I checked 2 Hot Wheels Firebirds off the list. I've got this one right here. Card is completely roached. I don't even know what year it's from. Copyright date's 1986. But this is the 80s Firebird. And the thing that sets this apart from other ones I've had, this one has small wheel, big wheel. So small wheel, big wheel, and they're gold black walls. Or basic wheels, or whatever you want to call them. Black walls is what I call them. But, so gold black walls. Not gold hot ones. I already have that one, I'm pretty sure. Gold black walls. But we're going to open that up. We're going to free the piece on this one and hope that the car is in decent shape. The packaging and blister is not. And then I got this Hot Bird off of my list. This brown metal flake Hot Bird with gold black walls as well. I got this off of the list, and I was happy to do that. This is from like a Hot Wheels 40th or whatever, some sort of box set. So it's not, this isn't an entirely easy one to get. I got this off a Facebook seller that I build boxes with, and then get, which I got a big box, which is why, part of the reason why I have a ton of stuff right now to show that I'm not going to show right now, but whatever. But very cool to get this off the list. I think I paid a decent amount for it. I want to say maybe like 15 bucks for it, something like that. Not too bad, but it probably beats trying to find one off of eBay that's in good shape, so that's a win. All right. Well, we went in long enough on this first half of the video. We're going to have to get to cracking here, so stay tuned. All right, guys, let's get into some loose diecast and diecast that we shall make loose in short order. All right, so starting with this Mustang Mach 1, or I think it's like a 70, whatever, 73, 74. Does it say in the bottom? 71 Mustang is what I meant to say. If you're not familiar with these do have inserted details for headlights. I'm trying to hold this as still as I can close to the camera. I realize my videos are shaky. I do apologize about that. I have to come up with some different way to do this to get better results. So I apologize off the bat. Maybe I shouldn't even mention it because maybe you don't notice it. Part of it is because I slammed coffee before doing this, and holding holding still after that is a bit of a challenge. I think, does this thing have an opening hood? I thought these things did. No, they don't. Metal base, metal body. The casting is screwed together as opposed to being riveted. Fairly detailed. Like I said, inserted details for headlights. Painted details for taillights. Not a bad little thing. I don't know exactly when these things came out, but these I believe are Motor Max 1/64 scale cars. They're not really true 1/64 scale, I don't think. I've got a bunch of these in my collection. The coolest one I think that they make is the Pontiac Fiero. that's a neat one if you can get your hands on one of those. So I think I've got it in a couple of colors. But they roll. Soft rubber tires. You know? This predates like Auto World and stuff like that, and I think M2 as well. So before, you know, the only premium diecast I think back then is probably Johnny Lightning you had, maybe Racing Champions, and maybe Hot Wheels 100%. Let's look at this little cheap guy. Look at this. It's chipped up, but you know, it's been loved on. It's a 959. I love the Porsche 959. Is Mini GT going to come out with a 959 yet? I think they're going to. I thought they were going to do one. I hope they do one. And there's also a Hot Wheels RLC one that's going to be coming as well. So the 959, I think, is about to get a lot of love. And I have no problem with that because it's, you know, one of those poster cars that I grew up with, you know. So this, the Ferrari Testarossa, Lamborghini Countach, Lamborghini Diablo, I guess you could throw in there as well. Ferrari F40, you know what I'm talking about. So, cars I still love today. All right, so next, I think let's look at the Firebird that I've got to look at. Move this guy to the side. I've got, so this is the Hotbird from Hot Wheels. It's a casting I definitely collect. I liked it when I was a kid, and I still enjoy this casting now. There's a few different iterations of the tooling. This one's a Thailand one that's got the like Hot Wheels logo. That's part of the interior piece. Peeking through the base of the car, this is a single rivet casting, no rivet up front. They make a version of this with an opening hood. There's a couple different tooling variations of this casting, but I collect them all, of course. And this one's got the gold black wall tires and is very cool. It's got the chicken on the hood. Overall looks good. It's in mint condition, which is perfect for me. I don't have to buy the whole set to get this car, and that is a big win for me. So let's just kind of set that guy over there. We've got some more Firebirds to look at. Well, let's do sticking with Hot Wheels, I guess. We might as well look at this 80s Firebird. I'm just dying to get this thing out of the package. So as you can see, she's been around a bit, possibly water damaged, definitely not stored in a cool, dry place. So I'm expecting there to be some packaging rub on the back. I'm not expecting this thing to be perfect, but it's definitely going to be a bonus should it be in really good shape. 80s Firebird, I love the card art on these older Hot Wheels like this too. That's so dope. They should remake this card art or something super similar to it. They do some retro stuff, you know, but they need it like that. I think that looks really good. So let's go ahead and open this up. The blister should just fall off of this packaging, but it doesn't. Oh my goodness. Look at that. No packaging rub. That is awesome. Very cool. Paint looks to be in pretty good shape. Metal looks to be in pretty good shape. Let's just set that down. Let's toss the packaging. So this was a score to me. I mean, yeah, blister pull. Blister pull, not a pristine blister, but a blister pull. And it looks like the car really doesn't have any issues. There's a little bit, you know, it's a little factory issue there with the gold being not quite put on there perfectly on the Blackwall tire, but not an issue to be mad about. And very nice. So, yeah. I don't know how hard this one is to find in comparison to the other 80s Firebirds, but I know that the most common one is like the double small wheel chrome Blackwall. That's probably the most common one to see and find. And I definitely had those when I was a kid. I never had this one though. So, and when I'm talking about that, I think it was a blue card Hotbird, or not Hotbird, 80s Firebird. But we got two here, two Hot Wheels, sort of vintage. I mean, this one's not really vintage, but it's a vintage tooling. The tooling's been around forever. Maybe not this particular iteration of it, but you know what I mean. And then this was a definite little 80s piece, which is very cool in my book. Plastic base on this one. This one always had a plastic base, or at least when it first came out, it had a plastic base. They might have done some metal base versions. This one actually does have Hong Kong on the base, so pretty neat. All right, let's go. We'll stick with like an 80s Firebird for a second. We got another one on roached packaging. So we got a 1984 Pontiac Firebird from Johnny Lightning. I love this casting from Johnny Lightning. I think they did a good job of it. Greenlight makes a decent one too. This generation of Firebird, but it kind of has like a weird quality issue often where the base isn't quite on right and stuff like that. The older ones are better than the newer ones, but anyway, this particular Johnny usually doesn't suffer from that issue. We got what appears to be a little bit of packaging rub here right on the fender. Oh, actually, you know what? It appears to have wiped right off, so we got lucky there too. See, that's the problem. Sometimes when you keep these cars carded forever, and if they move around a lot, or they get moved around a lot, they're put in boxes, they move around a lot, or they're put in some place where you can get high temperature fluctuations, all that stuff, it can affect these cars quite a bit in the packaging. So you're not like technically safe just putting these away. This has some weird like oil on it too, which actually I think is more preserves it, so that's good. This one has a plastic base, and I don't think that's very common for this casting to come with a plastic base. In fact, this may be the only version of this one I actually have that has a plastic base. The majority of them all have metal, but this looks great. This is almost like a kit Knight Rider. So, and normally it has an opening hood too, and I'm wondering if... Oh, there it is. Popped right open. So we got the opening hood. This is a score for $2, dude. Dude, for $2, this is a score. I'm missing, I think there was a Knight Rider release of this. I'm trying to remember which one I'm actually missing, or which ones I'm missing. But this one is a score for me. Love it. I might have to take some cool pictures of this one in all black. It just looks good. So I'm a bird fan. You guys know that. And then Greenlight Firebird. Rocky 2. Like I said, this one's probably going to have issues. It's a Greenlight. I hate to rag on Greenlight all the time, but you know what? If you deserve it, you deserve it. So we got a couple of Greenlight to look at today, and maybe we'll get lucky on some of them. I don't know. But here you go. 1979 Pontiac Firebird AT. Yeah, I can tell already. All right, so this is from like a Hollywood Best Of series, I think, or something like that. At least I think it is, because it says it's Series 5, and it's obviously not Series 5 of Hollywood, right? And I know they did the Rocky Firebird before, and I'm missing like the original Rocky Firebird that they put out. So yeah, the issue that these castings always have is a stance one. And this one actually isn't that bad as far as the difference between the one side to the other. Where the issue is on this one appears to be from front to back. So you've got lots of wheel gap up there and a much smaller wheel gap back there. So the car kind of has like a rake to it, like a reverse rake or whatever, gasser look to it. And that's not great. And by the way, the issue with this, and I've taken these cars apart before to figure that out, and what it is, basically there's these axles are fixed in place, or not fixed in place. The wheels are fixed on the axle. The axle's just like a bar. It goes through like a hole here. Well, if these holes are not drilled basically in the exact same spot or cast in the exact same spot, or if they have a little flashing in them or whatever, it will cause these to not sit exactly where they are supposed to. So a way to lower this is to actually just take a file or something and go into this hole here where these wheels are. You got to pull the wheel off, go into the hole here, file it out, and then you can actually lower the ride height of these quite easily. Is that something that we should have to do to fix these castings? No, absolutely not. But I guess if you're a customizer and you want to lower green light, it's probably fairly easy to do because you just got to go in there with a file. You don't even really have to drill the casting apart. You just got to pull the wheels off and then get in there with a file or maybe a little Dremel and be very, very careful and kind of remove a little bit of material. When you pick it up, the wheels will definitely fall to the bottom of whatever the hole is, obviously. But when you set it down, you will be able to lower the car a bit. So, pro tip for you guys that like to mess around with customizing and doing stuff like that, or if you just want to fix this and make it right. I will say this is in better condition than the one I already had, so I will be keeping it. And yeah, so there's that. All right. Lastly, what we got is an Ultra Red Auto World. You guys know I'm excited about this because it's an Auto World. It's a Firebird, and it's an Ultra Red, which is, you know, just checks all the boxes there for me. Very, very cool. So I got this one from my buddy Todd. He picked it up off a Facebook seller, I think, and then he just does that. He knows what I need for Ultra Reds typically, and he'll just grab stuff whenever he sees it, because he knows eventually I'm just going to get it from him. Coordinated attack on these things. So, opening it up, very, very cool. I actually like the way the wheels look on this one with red tires, and normally I'm not like a huge fan of the red tire thing. But it's got red tires and sort of like the red rim, but with the gold. And it just looks, that combination of colors is always pretty good looking. Unless it's on a 49er, right? But yeah, so this is pretty cool. So this is like as close as you're going to get to the Bandit Trans Am, the regular release of this in Auto World, but with the black and gold and stuff. But this is the Ultra Red version, and very, very neat. So glad to check this one off the list. I think I want to say I need maybe one more from this set. And of course, I'm glancing over at my wall. Well, every wall in this room has got some Auto World on it. And I'm just looking for the Trans Am. Where are you? Okay, so this is an interesting release because I think I'm missing the Mustang from it. And I am missing two variations of Ultra Red. One would be the variation of the Corvette. Yes, there's a variation of the Ultra Red between A and B card. I know that's not normal. And then the Supra, there is a variation of the Supra Ultra Red as well. There's some that were made that did not have the red rims. So below that, so yeah, be on the lookout for that. So I need those. That's a weird release. That'll be a fun video to do when I finally complete it. But there's our Firebirds for today. We've already taken up. This is going to be a long video. Sorry about that. Not real sorry about that, but sorry about that. All right, let's get into some more green lights so we can do some more complaining. We've got Tommy Boy the movie. Very cool. See, that's the thing that breaks my heart about Auto World. Breaks my heart about Greenlight is Greenlight does a lot of cool stuff. Tons of it. It's just a lot of the stuff I find has issues. That's why I like meticulously inspect this stuff before I actually drop my money on it. And why I rarely will order it online, because it's like literally like scratching off like a lottery ticket. You lose the majority of the time. So you really got to kind of look. But I did get these from my pals SC Diecast. They deal in green light. And that's the thing too. Like the people that really suffer probably from this is like hobby dealers that got to deal with getting cases of these and then having ones that are messed up. You know? But this actually looks good. So we got a good one here. At first glance, there's some weirdness going on in like the inside of the windshield. Almost like scuffing. That's the other thing with Greenlight, though, as far as like clear glass goes, plastic technically, whatever, it's always got like cloudy stuff in it. When you take photos of this stuff and you're looking at it up close, like under the microscope, you really tend to notice some stuff. All die cast is not perfect. I will tell you that, but Greenlight is pretty far from it. This though, everything appears to be centered on the wheels. This is a win. This is a definite win and definitely a cool piece. And I think I'm going to photograph this particular piece. This is really neat. See, they do a lot of neat stuff. Okay. And then every once in a while they do some stuff that's really good looking. This right here, the Chevy Impala SS. I mean, this is a cool looking golf piece. And like I said, I'm not like big into golf. You know, back when I was first started collecting, I was like way into golf. I thought golf was really cool, but it was much more rare to see it. And now people are putting golf liveries on everything, no matter what. But we got this Golf Racing Fuel, whatever, Golf Oil Impala. And I will say this Impala casting, I think Greenlight did do a pretty good job of it. So no real complaints there. This one doesn't want to roll all that well, but that's okay. I don't really care much about that. What I really care is about the circles on the tires. We got one that is not far from perfect, we'll just say, but except, oh my god. Hang on, that's fixable? Then we got another one that's pretty wonky up here in the front. Now, I will admit, when I do photos and stuff for Instagram, there are things that I will correct in the photograph because they're eyesores. So even if the casting does have some quality flaws, I will correct those in Photoshop. So fair warning to you if you're looking at my photos and you're like, how does he get perfect examples of every single car? Well, I don't, and you know that from watching these videos. But I do correct them because I'm just trying to make the best photo possible, show what the casting can be. So you guys can argue in the comments about whether or not that's ethical. But to me, I'm just trying to get the best looking photo, so I will make some corrections. And one of the things that is correctable but is difficult to correct is these tires being a little wonky. It is doable. I do know how to do it. It's a pain though. But sometimes when I'm like, am I going to take pictures of this casting or not? I will look at the tires, and if there is major issues, I know it's correctable, but it's a pain to correct. I have to like kind of weigh whether or not I want to spend the time on photoshopping that. So I don't know if I will do this one or not. The overall idea of it, this car is pretty good. I do like it. I think it's a pretty cool release. So just a cool looking Impala. So I'm digging that. That's pretty neat. You know, aside from maybe a wonky tire here and there, it's pretty cool. Wow, we still got a lot to look at, and I'm being very long-winded today, so I apologize about that. But let's get into some mini champs real quick. I think I picked out too many things to show in this video, but that's okay. That's all right. You guys can watch it in phases if you want to. So Mini Champs is back on the scene. I just got a Mini Champs Tarmac Works /Tarmac Works like collab thing. So they come with this little acrylic protector here from scratches for the acrylic case. I will just probably take that out. I don't know if I'll just get rid of that or not, but whatever. We're going to set it aside from now. This is a Porsche 935. I don't know if, I think this is like a new tooling for Mini Champs. I don't know Mini Champs' brand story or anything like that. I know they mostly do Porsches. Wow, that actually looks really good, that spoiler on the back there. So we got Martini livery. We have to unscrew this from the base. This is something that appears to be that you're going to have to be very careful with, that back spoiler. So we'll unscrew that very quickly here, but carefully. Quickly, but carefully. Set that over to the side. I love acrylic case stuff because I can just put it back in the case to display it. I don't have to find room. I say that like every time. It rolls really nice. We got a plastic base, screwed together construction. We do have a wonky tire on this one where the printing didn't quite make it in the right spot. on this side, and that's why we got Michelin right there. That would be very hard to correct, actually, in Photoshop. I'd have to, like, cut out the one from a different tire and put it in there. It's possible to do. Probably just end up taking pictures of this side of the car, though, that doesn't have the issue. That would be the easiest way out. We do have reflective surfaces placed on the mirrors. That is a nice touch. I like when people do that, especially when they are able to get it like actually on there properly and centered. That looks pretty good. The spoiler on this is pretty immaculate. Really neat. So I like that. Kind of the carbon fiber look there. Wheels look good. Not much to complain about on this one. These are expensive, though. I will tell you that. These are very expensive. You guys can make the argument of whether or not you think the expense of this car is worth it. We have a lot of choice now for premium diecast, okay? A ton of it. More than we have ever had in 1/64 scale. So, you know, people, I would imagine, are being very selective with their dollar and what they're spending it on. Or they're buying stuff, looking at it, and moving it. And that same goes with me. I mean, I am on a major budget when it comes to this stuff, and it may not seem like that when you guys watch my videos, but I am a cheapskate, and I just can't spend a ton of money on this, so I have to really kind of stretch what I get, you know. And a lot of that is thanks to you guys from watching the YouTube videos, because I pretty much put 100% of any revenue that I get from YouTube back into my collection. Or into camera stuff every once in a while, but you get the idea. It's pretty much all that. All right, let's get into the Mini GT. So you guys, let me know what you think about the Mini Champ stuff. We'll look at these Mini GT quick. Kaido House. I know there's a lot of people that have mixed sort of opinions about the Kaido House stuff. I like it. I think it's cool. I ended up picking up these. I don't get everything, but I picked up these because I thought they were pretty good looking, and it's like a version of this car without the big wing on the back and all that stuff. Not quite the Pro Street one. So I figured I had to get one of these Tonto ones, and then I decided just to get both of them. I could have just got the blue one. I guess if I had to pick, that'd probably be the one I'd get, but maybe not. I don't know. The bronze wheels on this one look pretty awesome. Never underestimate the underdog, is what it says on here. But I do like the Kaido House stuff. I think it's got a place in premium diecast. It's artistic. And to me, I mean, they're not 1/64 scale, and a lot of people that collect premium diecast are like, well, what? Why? It's, you know, it's a premium diecast that isn't 1/64 scale. It's not a particular scale. And I get that argument, but it's your choice, you know, what you want to spend your money on. So if you don't want to buy these, you don't. You got plenty of other things to get. I like these, and I think they are cool, and they will, you know, photograph probably pretty well. So I am liking it. I don't know which one I actually like better now that I got them out of the package. The blue is very pretty. Very robin's egg bluish kind of look. And it does look really good. Yeah, there's not much to complain about with either one, really. They both look really nice. So I actually dig both of these. I'm glad I picked these two up. So these are pretty neat. But you guys, of course, always let me know what you think of this stuff. And I think I ask for you guys' opinions so much in these videos. And I do read everything. I know it's hard for you guys to comment on everything, but because we show a lot here. But, you know, very, very cool. I like them. I think they look really nice. They just look nice. They're nice looking. All right. Let's do... We only got a few things left. By few, I mean like, you know, almost 10. 10 cars anyway. We're going to end it with the Hot Wheels diorama. I don't even almost want to even show it now because I have to rip that packaging open and it's a nightmare. 1985 Chevy Citation X11. That just fell off, basically. It's a goofy little car, but a cool little car and a cool little casting from Johnny Lightning with an opening hood. We've got some basic details on it. Now, some of the like Tomy era, whatever, I think it's Tomy era, whatever it is, this small card era of Johnny Lightning, you know, they've gone through so many like ownerships. I don't know. But these small card ones, a lot of them have plastic bases, metal bodies, a little bit more basic in the detail department. So the headlights sometimes aren't like very much graphical. They're just going to be like white. So I think they use less colors if they can to save a little bit of money on like the graphical details as taillights and all that jazz. And that's fine. They are a little bit more basic looking often, but they're cool. They just made some really cool ones. And like this Dodge Monaco is pretty neat. So let's open up that. That's actually really cool. So again, plastic base, but you do get the rubber tires. And sometimes these will come with plastic tires on these small car Johnny Lightnings. But to find these for $2 a piece, like you just can't, I mean, you can't not get them. In hindsight, I should have just bought all the ones that he had. There was a couple he had that I already have in my collection, but I should have just snagged them. Should have just did it, but I didn't. But whatever. Diecast regrets. Beautiful kind of bronzish gold color, and I think it's cool. So you don't have to, but I do. Matchbox, we got to start cooking here. Forerunner. Not much to say about this. It's a new casting from Matchbox, and of course it's very popular. Because it's a Forerunner. Now, there's a Hot Wheels Forerunner that's much larger and much closer, I would guess, to 1/64 scale. This one is going to be much smaller. But it's a Matchbox, and as usual for Matchbox $1 autos, they do very good. Look at that. Graphical details for headlights. Nice sharp-looking Toyota logo right there. And nice sharp-looking graphics on the back as well. The taillight's a little bulbous looking, a little bit weird looking, but not bad. You get the big metal pillar on the inside of it too. That might be an irritation to some, but not complaining there. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice little car. And I get it. People are hoarding them. People love that stuff. All right. Let's blow through some Maisto / Adventure Force. These have like a little pull tab thing in the back to open them up, but I'm gonna get them all open. We got a Mira. We got a Countach. Full disclosure, I've already had this Countach. I've already got one somewhere, and it's really bad actually. I mean, the body is fine. The wheels and the stance of it is what suffered. Mira. Lamborghini Aventador in orange, and a Corvette C8 Corvette. Well, what do you guys want to know? They're available at Walmart. Walmart's selling these in single packs for $1. Value-wise, see, they have Maisto written right on the bottom. Value-wise, in comparison to Hot Wheels, they ain't great, okay? They're not good, but they have like a square body Chevy, I think, too, that I almost picked up. I'll have to get that one next time. But I like this off-brand oddball stuff because, to be honest, like, some of this stuff is not going to be like super easy to find like later on in your collecting. Because since it's not as popular, people discount it and just don't really pay attention to it much. But then, you know, it might be like later on in life, you know, you might look through these and be like, oh, that was cool. That was interesting. This one's like, the stance on this is bad. They're all like that too, all these Countach ones. But whatever, it's cool. These two, I mean, this is obviously a newer tooling because it's a C8 Corvette. This doesn't look too bad. I mean, you've got the details for the front, very basic details, but they're there. You know, you got a little detail on the side there. You got pretty much no detail on the back except for Corvette, but it's red, so it kind of works since you're just missing taillights, basically. The wheels are ugly, you know. I doubt it has an interior. The window is blacked out. Same with this one. I don't think this has an interior either. And, you know, if you're going to skimp out on something major, an interior is probably the best thing to do. Obviously, I mean, you can't skimp out on wheels or a base or a body, so I guess that's the only thing that would make sense. But, yeah, basic stuff. I don't know. Let me know. Did you guys pick up any of these? They've been popping up. They've been in like multi-packs for a while, but now they've been popping up as individual packs at my Walmart. So let me know. Have you guys entertained them? What do you think? All right. Lastly, we got this beast. So this is where. Do I force you to watch me open this? You guys will probably just click off the video at this point if you've been on this long, and now I'm like, I'm going to just open this in front of you now, because look at that nightmare. All right, so we're going to get that, we're going to get these freed, and then we will look at them outside of this hellish packaging. All right, I can almost say that I'm getting good at opening those up. Almost. Best way to do it, by the way, is just take a razor blade and just cut the rubber bands from the bottom, pull them out, peel off all the little rubber band stuff and whatever. You guys can figure it out. All right, so we got the Civic in yellow. Looks pretty good. Black wheels and stuff like that. I'm not much of a Honda fanboy. I mentioned that before. No disrespect. Honestly, if you guys are big into Honda, that's cool, man. I don't care. It's not, from an aesthetic point of view, I've never thought the cars looked very appealing to me, okay? And I'm a big on looks of car guy. You know, that's the way I am. And, you know, take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. They're cool. I get it. They're respectable. Whatever. Okay. It's neat. All right. And then the wheels on this look really good, actually, with this car. The Celica. That's what this is, right? Yeah. So, I don't know why I second guessed myself for a second. But, yeah. What does that mean? Somebody tell me. Diecast? That probably means something. Wheels on this one look good. Good wheel choice for this. I think this is a nice version. Probably the best version of this particular tooling that's come out so far. Then you got the truck, of course, which I couldn't give anything about. I just don't care. Yeah, this one does. Oops, did I just break it? No, it just kind of slides out that way. I don't think it tilts, right? So it's almost like, what's the point? So yeah, I do wish that these just would not come in these dioramas, that you would just get, you know, a fourth car. I think that would be more desirable for people. Probably wouldn't. The cost might be the same, because you'd have to pay for licensing right on that other vehicle probably, but you wouldn't have to pay for this big of a casting. This tooling has to be a little bit more expensive to make than a car, right? You would think. It's good look. It's a good looking one, I guess. But this is the star of the show, the Sentra, and this thing is actually really cool looking. The wheels look great on this, so no arguments there. This is actually really cool looking, I think. Very premium looking Hot Wheels. So, and scale wise, it's like this seems to be just more appropriately scaled for the vehicle. Like this Civic looks massive. Like these aren't that big, right? Like if you're talking, we have a true 1/64 scale, right? Firebird here. I don't think that that's even close to accurate scale, which is, it's fine. Like I said, I just said scale's fine or whatever on these Tonto Kaido House. Why am I complaining about with Hot Wheels? I'm not. I'm just saying it does look massive. And then this guy right here, the Celica. So, pretty cool set. Actually, a really good, solid diorama set. Out of all the ones that have come out, this is definitely, I can understand why it's desirable and why people want to get it. Mostly for this car right here, if I'm honest. Like, I just love this, like, the boxy-ish look of these. And that's the other thing. I like angles on cars. That's why I'm not a big fan of, like, bulbous-looking style cars. You know, like curvy cars. I'm more into like more, I don't know, angular design stuff. In most cases, you know, except for when you got like a Porsche, like that's got some beautiful curves. But yeah, that's whatever. Take that for what you will. Porsches are the only curvy vehicles I tend to really enjoy. All right. That's it for this episode, guys. Another long one. Thank you for sticking with me. If you did make it to the end, thanks. And check out other videos and stuff like that. Subscribe. That would be neat. I got some other stuff coming up. I got an Auto World video. Hopefully I will get that finally done. There's a complete series video that I do need to do for an older Auto World series. I also got sent a couple of vehicles from Micro Turbo, which is a brand I'm not super familiar with. They offered to send me a couple cars to make a video, so I am going to do a video on those, so look forward to those. And as always, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I do post some photos to YouTube when I can, but they always want to be posted in squares, and I don't like that. I'm a 4:5 kind of aspect ratio guy when it comes to photos, so I post a lot to Instagram and I post a lot to Facebook. So follow me on either one of those platforms to see that stuff. I prefer you do it on, I guess it doesn't really matter, Instagram or Facebook. I post to both stuff all the time, almost daily now. So I'm loving taking pictures and stuff like that. Summer comes around, maybe I'll stop doing the cars as much and do more landscape style outdoor stuff, different type of photography. But as the weather is garbage and there's nothing to take a picture of outside, cars inside, product photography style things are kind of the way to go. All right, thanks guys again. Sorry for the long-winded video, but I hope you enjoyed it, and have yourself a great week. We'll see you next time.